scoot back just a little bit. Hello, my loves on YouTube. As always, I'm up and live on TikTok already, but we're just getting started with the collective reading. If you want to catch more of me, make sure you follow me over at TikTok. But otherwise, let's get into it. And remember, if any of this resonates, let me know what resonates down in the comment section. Hit that thumbs up button if you get value out of this. And subscribe for more collective readings because I do these every Tuesday. But hello, ancestors, spirit guides, and angels. And yes, my higher self, I appreciate you for leading me through this. What message do we have for the collective right now? What is it that this collective needs to hear? Any information or insights you have for us, I'm here to deliver. Okay, thank y'all for double tapping that screen. Drop an emoji for me if you're hanging out with me tonight. 2 of Wands in reverse. What messages do we have for the collective, please and thank you? I feel like this is part of my energy, if I'm being honest. Not y'all, not these standing emojis. But what am I getting? So kind of what I'm getting right now with the 2 of Wands in reverse and the Empress card. This feels like me. So if y'all resonate with this as well, please let me know. Usually I do a reading for myself just so I can make sure I can clear my energy out. But anyway, 2 of Wands in reverse followed by the Empress card. It feels as if we're returning to a time where our feminine energy or our Empress energy was in jeopardy. And it's kind of like we're looking at this pathway and we're just looking at it and it feels as like, I don't want to do this again. I don't want to exert all this extra energy, all this extra effort. Excuse me, truth burp. I don't want to do it again. And the fear is that like, when we fell completely out of whack with our feminine divine, or we fell completely into this uncontrolled masculine energy, you know what I mean? There's the fear that the relentlessness or the chaos of that is going to come back into our lives. However, these cards are telling me because we've spent a certain amount of time learning to respect our feminine energy, and at the very least be aware of it, beware of the inner feminine that exists within us, that there's actually nothing to be scared of. You know what I mean? That she is still here with us. This feminine energy is still here with us. And now that we have that perception, that's a part of our new developed wisdom. Is this resonating for anybody? Now that we have the awareness, the thought pattern, this is how we became wiser. Yeah. Now it feels as if it feels like the path that we're walking down, it feels so familiar. It looks so familiar. But now with all the lessons of our feminine energy that we've learned, it's really going to be up to us to ensure that we don't fall back into old habits or patterns or make decisions from this place of emotional immaturity. Right? That we just make sure that we honor and revere her. Something about the inner child is coming through, that the way to maintain the balance is through the inner child, right? It's kind of like the divine feminine and the divine masculine, right? That like instead of hopping in between the 2 of them, that the segue to ensuring the balance is to transition through the inner child, which lives in between the 2 of them. Right? That play, that creativity, that exploration. And again, they're showing me like girls that are tomboys and boys that play with Barbies and like wearing heels and dresses and playing with like pink things, right? That's what it feels like. It feels like our inner child is the segue to ensuring that there's a seamless transition between the two. What other information or insights do we have for the collective, please and thank you? What other information or insights do we have for the collective, please and thank you? Hangman, Six of Wands, Knight of Wands, Three of Swords, yet again. The divine is saying the way that we're going to catch ourselves is that, like in the past, when we got uncontrolled, when we lost control with our masculine energy, it was because we were thinking too much. Two things: we were thinking too much, and we were trying to control. Like, think about your life right before the pandemic, right? Right before we all fell into this super feminine time where we're in the house, resting, taking care of ourselves, and spending more time with ourselves, our family, and our friends. Right? Taurus energy vibes, right? Before that, it feels like we had such a like, and they're showing me like a blade. They're showing me they're showing me one of my knives, but it's like a blade. It's like a switchblade, and it's very sharp. Queen of Swords in reverse, and then like the way we would like cut out and carve out our time, or even predict our lives down to the finest moments. It was very sharp, but it was like deadly. You know what I mean? It was deadly to the point that it made us sick. And just kind of the image they're showing me is me, where I'm working myself to the bone, back to back to back to back to back to back, never taking any off time. And the only time I would take off time is once I got sick. Right. And that's the deadly point where you carve out your time to be masculine, to produce, to make money, to structure, to control, to fix, to have a boundary, was so sharp, so so steely. There was no flexibility. It was unmalleable. You know what I mean? That it became deadly, or like a detriment to our own health. Right? Temperance card in reverse. It was extreme. There was no other way to explain it but extreme. No other way to call it, to name it, but extreme. Right, my loves? And again, they're saying that we just have to give that up. And the good thing about it, the divine is saying that we had to do that at that part in our lives and be successful at that extremity, but that extremity is no longer useful to us. That extremity is no longer useful to us, and we can still operate in it. But if we continue to operate in that, it is a lack of maturity and neglect to ourselves and neglect to our inner child. They're saying right now, I don't even have to see the cards, but this is just it, that society at large, they're showing me the hierophant in my mind's eye, but society at large in our country wants us to neglect ourselves for the sake of success, for the sake of growth, for the sake of money. Okay, I should be back. Let me know when I'm back, and let me know what was the last thing y'all heard. My mother called me. Okay, lovely. But yeah, society at large wants us to neglect ourselves, wants us to neglect our health, wants us to neglect our sacred feminine, wants us to neglect our inner child for the sake of money, for the sake of growth, for the sake of progress, for the sake of like bigger and better. They're showing me just like this roundness, like this circle that just continues to grow. It's kind of like Atlas. You know how Atlas had to carry the world on his back? Was it Atlas that had to carry the world on its back? I don't know who they're showing me. It might be Atlas. My grandmother's maiden name is Atlas, or it might be Sisyphus, who had to roll the stone up the wall. Right, but that's it. There's this like, and then it's not getting bigger. It's getting wider and wider and wider. We can't do that, and then like we can just drop it and say, "I'm not carrying this." Right? The good thing, the beautiful thing about it now is again they keep talking about the awareness between the hangman in this Knight of Swords. The thing is we now have the knowledge and the information that we need to have a quiet moment throughout our day. We need to have time to ourselves. We need to have silence. We need to have meditation, even if it's just 5 to 10 minutes. Right? We know that now. We know that now. And in that briefest amount of time, we can acknowledge and check in with ourselves about what it is that we need. Yeah. And then the anxieties and the fears, that result in an extreme sense of control, that makes it so it's so very hard to receive insight, advice, and guidance from the Most High and the divine. You know what I mean? We can call it out. We can acknowledge it. Get me out of here. You're the moderator, please. And it's the way that I feel like only Yusuf and I know who Raheem Shabazz is. Girl. It's time for me to go to bed. Not he. Not he told me to collaborate with Raheem Shabazz. People will tell you anything online. I'm mortified. Just like God, that was some Terry Joe. That was something like Terry Joe would tell the girls. Divine, please excuse me. What else is it that we can tell? Not the girls looking. And then it's the way the girls are looking him up. It's like first the suggestion, and then the fact that Yusuf and I already knew. And then it's the wave of girls looking him up. Girl, we gotta pack it up. We gotta pack it up. What else? Hello. Let me tap back in. Thank you, my higher self. What else is it that we have for the collective, please and thank you? Anything else we would like the connective to know? Okay, so this is the route to our manifestations. Our manifestations are coming to us. This moon card is so mysterious. Our manifestations are coming to us, but we cannot see them. And like because we're moving towards like expressing a whole lot of like masculine energy again. Because we're going back into like expressing a lot of our masculine energy again, that we feel like, okay, because we're going back into the world in this masculine way. And then how did you get banned on Twitter? Because we're starting to see ourselves walking to this lifestyle where we're expressing a lot more masculine energy. Again, we're trying to gear up and say, that's what I got to do again. But no, we didn't just come out of this cycle of learning about our feminine energy just to hop back into the masculine full-fledged. Right? That wasn't what it was for. And then like, even if we did that, girl, we're really just blocking our own blessings, which is why it's such a good thing that we have the awareness now. Look at this. Look at it. I can't make this up, y'all. Stop neglecting the feminine. Justice card in reverse, Empress card, upright. The Empress came out underneath the Five of Wands, right? Cut with the competition, cut it out. Guess what came out after the Empress card? The Emperor card in reverse. Less masculine energy. Less masculine energy. Less masculine energy. The divine wants us to get to a place where we don't have to think about it. They're saying that's okay. That's where we are right now, where we have to track ourselves and be conscious and make sure and understand, you know what I mean? That like, that we need to meditate and pull ourselves back and kind of have like a wide shot view of our lives. But the Most High wants us to get to a place, truth burp, where we're not thinking about it. We just feel it. And once we're able to feel it, once we're in tune with our feelings and our emotions, then we're truly in balance with our feminine energy. Yes. It could. Hey, Tamara, but I don't think so. I think it's following your feelings and allowing your feelings to have a seat at the table. Yeah, not your anxieties to overpower your feelings, not your fears to overpower your feelings, not your thoughts or your plans or your anticipations or what you need to do next month to overtake your feelings and how you feel. And again, Taurus energy, sensation. Sensation. What they're telling me, that there's a monopoly on the way that we feel. Right? Taurus, like Taurian, Vesuvian energy. Again, we're in the middle of Libra season. So like, all connected to the planet of Venus. This is like, Libra is more like connections and people, which is very important, but they really want me to dig this point home with Vesuvian things. It's like, it's artistic and it's beautiful and it's luscious and it's patient and it's kind and it smells good. And then it's soft, you know what I mean? And it's appeasing to the ear and it's calming. Yeah, and it's restful and it's easy and it's just gorgeous. It's all things good and soft and luscious, right? And we have to get in tune with that energy. And once we begin to fall out of tune with that energy, we have to be the person who say, where did that energy go? You know, I feel out of balance. I feel out of whack. How do I get back in alignment with my feminine energy so that, you know, I can get in the place where I'm receptive? It's twofold. It's knowing when to get active, because we know how to get active and we know how to do the masculine, but we're still on the process of mastering the masculine, and mastering the masculine is really about Mastering the masculine is really about living in perfect balance and equilibrium with the feminine, right? And by giving the feminine its space that it needs. It's, oh, my body's tired. I'm not going to work out. I'm going to go lay down. I'm mentally exhausted, so I'm going to turn no music, no television, no nothing. I'm going to sit in silence. Right? I'm feeling really nervous and anxious and activated, so I'm going to journal, or I'm going to talk about my feelings. I'm going to express myself to this person. I'm feeling overwhelmed, so I'm going to ask for help. Yeah. Let me get us an oracle card. Can we get an oracle card for the collective, please? Thank you. Hey, Tamara, if you'd like a general reading, please send $10, $15, or $20 over to my Venmo, PayPal, or Cash App. Time for a love fest. Time for a love fest. Actually, everyone is reasonable. They just have their own reasons. And usually it's worth trying to learn what they are to maximize the chances of a full-blown 60s style psychedelic love fest, which is always a good thing. Yeah. I'll let y'all take a moment to read it. I do not know Onyx Zimi. Who's that? Good night, Elizabeth. Thank you for listening to Your Feminine Energy. Have a good night. I'm going to get another oracle card. And then, honestly, I'm going to go to bed as well. Hello, ancestors, spirit guides, and angels. I'm Melissa. Well, how I'm doing this whole reading about feminine energy while I just try to power through all this stuff and not go to bed. Hello, ancestors, spirit guides, and angels. Can we get an oracle card? Cut the cords of doubt. Good night, Tamara. Thank you for listening to Your Feminine Energy. Cut the cords of doubt. 42. Essential meaning. Good night. Rising against any odds, letting go of doubt, fulfilling your soul path, tackling creator angst, and launching away, shining like a freaking sun and delivering your genius and your brilliance. The self-care message. Being constrained by doubt and fear, not taking a chance, choosing to skip your amazing opportunities and staying in the comfy zone. And here's the general card. Doubt can taint the most beautiful of circumstances or change a trajectory by keeping it unnaturally constrained. And again, they keep showing me that Queen of Swords in reverse. Again, when our mental energy begins to apply so much pressure to us that is unwarranted, that we lose sight of the feminine, they're saying that it's doubt and it's fear. It can be an incessant tether, and it may be getting in the way of something you have been thinking about doing. This card is a wonderful sign to take a risk on your brilliance. It assures a journey of success and freedom, and it whispers of pure potential when you embrace your true nature. Your desire, your essence, is like a phoenix, rising from the constraints of its old form, or like an angel rising up to the heavens. When you let go of your anchors and are unbound by the gravity of fear, you will easily see which shackles habits, or beliefs need to be released first. What is weighing you down, creator love? It's time to let go and release sadness or anger, guilt or shame, and exhale doubt and inhale love. Spread your wings and glide home, because the whole universe supports this radiant rising of your spectacular spirit. And then the journaling or meditation prompt is: this card shows the phoenix rising from the constraints of its old form, an angel rising up to the heavens, or a fey creature who is not bound by the gravity of doubt. What do you see? And when you get in the bird's eye view of your shackles and see exactly which areas of your life weigh you down, which cords need to be cut first? All right. All right, my loves. I love you all. Yusuf, I promise to do your mini reading tomorrow. I'm going to head to bed, my loves. I love you all. Please thank your ancestors, spirit guides, and angels in the Most High and my higher self for allowing, for the collaboration of allowing me to deliver these messages to us. Y'all rest well. I'm going to call my mother back and I will talk to y'all later. Good night. Again, my good Judy's on YouTube. Y'all have a good night as well. Don't forget to let me know what resonated down in the comment section. Hit that thumbs up button and subscribe for more videos like these, because I do this every single Tuesday. Yeah, I appreciate your exchange of energy, and have a good one. Au revoir.